Hey everybody, welcome back to String Man Guitars. We're down here in the underground lair, and we have ourselves a Les Paul Jr. single cut. But wait, there's more. It's actually a Harley Benton. And other than one little small glitch in the paint here, it looks pretty nice. I mean, it's the pick guard's pretty scratched up from playing, and I'm not sure if this bridge comes stock on these, but all in all, it looks pretty nice. He wants to go to a I think these are 9s. He wants to go to 11s, so we're gonna have to saw open the string slots a little bit, but other than that, man, they did a fairly decent job on trying to get a TV yellow finish. And it's not TV yellow, but it's not bad. I mean, this is Stu Mac's take on TV yellow, but it's not polished or sanded or polished or buffed yet. We'll get to that one of these days when things slow down. And while we're at it, if you need your axe sharpened, please follow us on Facebook. You can message me or send me a message on stringwingguitars@gmail.com. And please like and subscribe if you like what you see here. So let's get with this. So the first thing we're going to do is lose the strings here. I'm not sure what they're. Let's see what they are. He's thinking either 9s or 10s, but let's see what the caliper say. Looks like 9s. Nope. No, they're 946. Okay. Or 1046. Yeah, 1046. Lose these strings. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, no, it's not. I thought the strings just came right out. It's not that interesting. Okay, so let me set up to get the new strings on here. I'm gonna clean, oil, but they don't look like they need polished. The fret set is. The fret ends, the sides, no sharp fret ends. I'm amazed. No real visible fret file marks on this either, so kind of impressed. Alright, so let me clean this up and oil it and all that stuff. So one of the things we have to do with the G, or the D and the G, is these nuts, the nut is slotted straight. We have to fix that and make the angle a little bit more friendly for those outreaching tuner posts. One of the main tuning issues you run into with these, I mean, Gibsons, Epiphones, anything has a 3 and 3 headstock. You got, unless it's a PRS, you've got 2 strings that vastly bend at the nut, and that's why they don't like to stay in tune. So we have a 26 and an 18. Put tape down there because they don't really like to give you. I need to get some Hosco files where they're not square on the end. Now what we're doing is changing the angle here a little bit so it's aiming towards the string. And I'm only taking it down as far as the nut was. There we are. Okay. So now we can continue to string and see now the string is pointing towards where it's supposed to go, where it wants to live. Okay, it looks like we got our relief in there. There was not much relief in there, and I didn't check beforehand, and I gave it a quarter crank tight and everything was buzzing. But also the string height, since it's a Gibson scale, we're using Gibson specs. I should have 5/64 at the 12th fret on the low E, and should be 3/64, which we are on the high E. So this has to come up. So I'm going to take the string tension off. Anytime you add tension, you want to release, because you don't want to put any excess strain on the body. And don't, whatever you do, don't go gooning up the slots for your screwdriver, because just because a screwdriver goes in there doesn't mean it's going to not gouge out your hardware. So I use a rag. So that's a okay. I'm going to stop there because I don't know what the thread's like on these. Tune it back up. Alright, we got our string height at 5/64 and I'd say 3.5/64 on the high E. I tried to get a little lower but start to buzz, so. And we have our relief where it should be, holding at 17th fret and 3, 5, 7. It's just fitting under there. It's slightly less than 12, but we made a big change to the truss rod, so I will check that in the morning. In the meantime, let's see if we can get a little bit close with the intonation. I must say that the tuners on this Harley Benton are far superior to that. Oh, the E's almost right on. Far superior than the earlier Harley Bentons I had. Those were like, you'd have to make a quarter turn to get the string to move. Let's see here. Need my extension. Need the little flat head. So this string has to go sharp, so it's going to go back a little bit. Dead on. That one's on. I want to double check, which I didn't check before because I knew that the neck was wrong or was going to change. Let's see. String height at the first fret. Gibson says they want between 18 and 22. You got 22 up here, 22 here, but tighter here. 18. Let's try an 18. 18 just barely goes under there. That works. Alright, so what did we do here? We reshaped the G and D, or D and G string so that they point towards the tuning post. Because those are always your strings that go out of tune on Les Paul 3+3 type headstocks, where the string bends as it goes through the nut. Double checked our string action at the first fret, intonation or relief at the 7th fret, holding at the 17th. String height, double check that. Yeah, 5 and right under 4. I could see the line for 4 on top of the string, but I could see the 3. It's between 3 and 4. And these are 11s, and I didn't have to widen the slots. I test fitted it before I put it in, and I didn't have to widen anything. The only thing I had to do is angle that D and G. We're intonated. I'm going to have to go ahead and let this sit. Oh, we cleaned and oiled the fingerboard, and look how nice that looks. We're going to let it sit overnight and acclimate to the heavier strings and all the cranking I did on the truss rod. Check it in the morning and call Buddy and tell him to get it out of here. These may have to change slightly, but no big deal. There's plenty of see these 2 screws on the back of the bridge. If I need to go back any, I could just loosen the strings up there and tighten these. That'll pull the bridge back a little bit, give me all the adjustment I need. Hey, welcome back to the underground layer. Next morning, it's cold down here. It's 55 degrees, 61% humidity, and everything was intonated when I went to bed. And the G is all the way against the back of the bridge. I came down this morning and the D, G, B, and E were all sharp. The A and E were fine. So the neck settled, and with that saddle being all the way in the back on the G, you still have these 2 adjustment screws. So being sharp, the saddle's going to go that way. So you can tighten this screw down here, tighten it in, pushes the saddle back. So we now have intonation on the G, B, E's not quite there yet. Problem with this bridge is there's not a lot of room. If I had to do anything more to this G, the D is all the way against that way. Well, almost all the way. It's got like half a thread to turn. If I pulled this bridge back anymore, this D wouldn't be able to be intonated. I'd have to flip this saddle over. And I'm glad I didn't have to do that. Okay. Everything's intonated, the relief is good. We are just a hair under 12 thou. Let's plug it in. Pickup sound. It's with the tone rolled off. Really bluesy. Sounds good to me. Yeah, works really well. Now I'm getting warm. Thank you for joining us for another exciting episode of Stringman Guitars in the Underground Lair. If you need your axe sharpened and you live in the greater Pittsburgh area, stringmanguitars@gmail.com. Check us out on Facebook, like us there, and YouTube. Please subscribe to the channel. Love you a long time. I'm weird. So put the truss rod, well no, I'm not going to put the truss rod cover on until tomorrow morning. But yeah, Harley Benton, if you could buy one, buy one. Made in Indonesia, the 2021 Wilkinson tuners. That's why they're better. The other ones were just no names. They're not great. I tried Wilkinsons on my bass and I didn't like them. But good bones. You want to upgrade to a better pickup, better electronics, you know, go for it. Put a tusk nut in the nut position. Ha! Anyhow, take care of yourselves. Be good to your neighbors. Be patient when you're out there on the road because everybody's still got this COVID fog, and try to be the nice guy. Peace. Have a great night.